it is your name. So hi Jaan, how are you doing?
I'm absolutely fine. How are you doing?
All well, and it's been like a long period of time that we've been living in a pandemic. How has life changed from the normal days to now?
Life has changed in ways that I didn't even consider possible. To be honest with you, um, I've just been we've just been home. All of us have been forced into being home by this weirdly sad pandemic that the world is suffering from. Personal habits have changed, lifestyle has changed, definitely for the better. I have done a lot of new work in the lockdown that I've released, and focus on my singing has gone up, focus on my well-being has gone up, and the best thing about this lockdown is, I think, for everyone in for that manner, is that the much needed family time, the break, the pause that we all needed in our lives, because life was moving at such a hectic pace, and people are so busy trying to earn a living, and they forget the real small things in life. So I think we've all been forced to pause and appreciate that, and spend more time with family. So I think that's one of the things that I'm really grateful for. But apart from that, there's nothing much to be grateful for, to be honest with you, because it's just horrible. This pandemic is just horrible.
I know it's terrible, and we already think of getting back to the normal life now. If we think of offices opening up, I think it's going to be even more difficult for people to go back to the normal usual life that they already lived. And in this period of time, you have taken a step even higher than that. Okay, it's not going back to a normal life, it's going back to a different, you can call it a different planet altogether when it comes to, I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So where did you get this kind of, I would actually use the word guts from, to head into something like this?
Firstly, this lockdown has been many things not good for many, but then again, there's this small, you really need to want to see the silver lining that's there in this.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel that the silver lining is that I got a taste of what it is to be locked inside a house.
Yeah.
Against my will, that too. That is the biggest biggest point, being that it's not something that I would voluntarily want to do on a normal day, but I have been forced, and I would say I've got some beforehand practice of how it's going to be inside the Bigg Boss house. And I'm lucky because I had 6 months to experience what it is to be inside a closed space. And again, it's going to be different because in your own house you have a lot of luxury, you have a lot of you have the family members, and you have the internet, you have television, you have your computers, laptops, you can watch shows and entertain yourself. But in the house, you are going to be the source of entertainment, so that's going to be a flip side to the entire thing.
I know.
And it was something that is exciting. So I just thought, what is to be done. I think, and Bigg Boss is like a once in a lifetime opportunity for everybody. I mean, even you must have thought of it at one point in your life. What if I was inside that house?
I know, right? But
Yeah.
looking at the other side of it now that you've already had 6 months of practice, I'm not trying to scare you, okay? But I'm just saying that imagine there's going to be cameras on you all the time. You got to live with people that you would probably not even be able to stand at a certain period of time.
That's right.
How have you prepared yourself for this? Because it's scary also. At the same time, it's fun, but it's scary too.
It's very daunting, definitely, as you said. It is scary, and you can't deny that. But at the same time, I would say that this is one of those experiences which they have an impact on you. They have an impact on you career wise. They have an impact on you on your personality, the way you look at the world. It changes you as a person. And being in the Bigg Boss house with people that I do not know, it's something I know it's an experience, it's a daunting experience, but then again, there is a lot of mystery and curiosity that has always been there behind,
Yeah.
the entire concept of Big Boss. And I wanted a lot of answers because I've been watching Big Boss since season one, and I really needed some answers, from this entire scene wherein I wanted to know how the show works, what happens behind the scenes. And there have been I've had friends who've gone in, but I never get that complete answer. There are so many answers that I need, and there is a sort of curiosity that is always there, and I needed to answer myself, I needed to answer my curiosity those questions. And again, getting an offer from the Big Boss house is a once in a lifetime opportunity, I feel.
Yeah.
uh, because everybody in our country, at least once in their life, has thought about, what if I was in that house.
Absolutely. You're
and
very correct.
and if anybody says that नहीं मैंने ऐसा नहीं सोचा है तो वो बिल्कुल ही झूठ बोल रहे हैं, because because I mean, it is such an attractive thing, it's a very attractive thing. The Big Boss house has its own mystery and curiosity, and yeah, I feel that that sort of intrigued me to take this up.
So I before we meet the next time, which I don't know how long is it going to take, because this season, if it kept extending its time
Yeah,
span. So now it's like आप जाओगे तो वो तो पता है, लेकिन आओगे कब वो नहीं पता है. So
yeah, yeah.
how are you as a person? I want to know that, so that next time when I meet you again, I want to know how you've changed. So I will remember this.
Okay, so you want to compare notes basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a person, I'm pretty chilled out. I'll be very honest. I don't have any kind of temper issues unless otherwise provoked. And once those temper issues come out into the open, then it's going to be a problem, because I don't get angry easily. But if I do, then that's an issue in itself.
Is that a
And
warning? Is that a warning?
yeah, sort of a warning, because again, I don't get, I'm not short tempered. I don't get annoyed easily.
Yeah.
And the best part that I feel about myself is I have I have patience, and somehow I feel that I have patience because of what my profession is. So music requires a lot of uh, रियाज, जो हम बोलते हैं रियाज.
Yeah.
Riyaz requires a lot of patience and a lot of keeping at it, doing one thing over and over and over again till you're perfect in it, or at least you are close to being perfect in it. And that has taught me patience. So that is one thing that I have. And apart from that, I'm very friendly. I actually have no issues in making friends. That's something that I really cherish about myself, and a lot of people love me for that, because they tell me that you're very approachable, and you're fun to talk with. I can easily talk to you and stuff like that. So that's one of the points that I have. And apart from that, personality wise, not much to say apart from these few things, the heads up pointers that are there. So yeah, I mean, after I come out of the Big Boss house, probably we'll meet, and then you can tell
Yeah.
me how
Then
I've changed.
see what has happened to you and what has not. But I'm gonna just say your name for the fun bit of it. So Jaan, tell me.
Absolutely.
so tell me, knowing the fact that you are so close to music, and since you need to have your rehearse and your practices going on, and are you sure, or I don't know, would you get the kind of time out there to give in for your music? Would you be able to make time? Would you be able to practice, or will you have to take a break entirely?
This is going to be an entire break from music for me. For the first time in my life, there will be no connection that I have with music in any form, because we are not supposed to take any kind of instruments inside, and we cannot basically रियाज एंड ऑल तो बहुत दूर की बात है. मतलब मुझे गानों के बारे में भी सोच कर गाना पड़ेगा, because given the kind of atmosphere that is there inside the house all the time, I don't think मुझे गाने का ज़्यादा मौका मिलेगा. एंड अगर मैंने गा भी दिया तो उस गाने को भी उल्टी तरीके से लिया जाएगा कि ये उकसाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, समथिंग लाइक दैट. So I'll have to be very very careful about that. And yeah, this is going to be a complete break for me from music because as per the house rules and as per the kind of protocol that the Bigg Boss people follow, I will not be allowed to take any instruments inside. I will not be allowed to take any pen, paper, nothing, because you need to be invested in the show at all times. That's the whole motive behind the Bigg Boss house. So yeah, this is going to be the first time that I'm going to be away from music for this long, and honestly it's scary, daunting, and very very saddening to me. But at the same time, like I am thinking somehow or the other I will manage to find music inside that house, no matter like what. So I'm counting on that.
Also I wanted to ask you this because of obviously because it's come from our everybody's childhood's personal experiences, that whether it's school or it's tuition or it's any kind of classes, there are a set of people you meet, and then there are times that there's one person who's cornered, or there are two groups that are made, or there are people who feel left out. So if that something of that sort happens to you, are you somebody who's happy when he's alone and he's okay with having nobody around, or do you need people all the time?
I have both the things inside me. Actually, I have my moments where I like to be absolutely alone and kept just I like to go into my own world and just be there for a while. But most of the times I'm very very, as I told you, I'm very very I'm an extrovert. I'm selectively extroverted. I like to be an extrovert with the people that I feel comfortable with after a point. But till then, I have my limitations and my forms that I need to be aloof and stuff like that. But when it comes to playing inside this house, inside the Bigg Boss house, I think being an introvert will work against me because
Yeah.
everybody who's going to be there is going to be there to keep their opinions in front of the whole world. And in that kind of a setting, if I choose to be an absolute quiet person, I think it's going to hamper my game. And ultimately it's going to be basically I'm going here to connect with the people, and the only way that I can do that is by being my best self and being the loud happy-go-lucky fellow that I've always been.
Right.
So I don't think, even if I'm being left out and left alone, I'm gonna be charging inside a lot of people. I'm gonna be like, "Nay, you can't ignore me. That's not what I came to the show for." So, yeah.
So okay, I'll just keep the serious questions aside now because I got a message from your PR that you need to hurry up. So I'm gonna ask you 5 silly questions from Bigg Boss. Tell me your favorite character, favorite person, not character actually, but character ही बोल सकते हैं, सब ऐसे ही होते हैं. But your favorite person from all the season of Bigg Boss has been who?
I have such an amount of I can relate to Sidharth Shukla in a lot of ways because like how I am, I have been taught since I was a kid to stand by what I feel is right. No matter who stands beside me or behind me or with me, if I feel that something is right, I should stand for it, no matter even if the world is against it, because at the end of the day, what I hold true to my morals is what actually matters and should matter to me. And ultimately, if I'm actually pure with my intentions, the people get to see that at the end of the day. And I think Sidharth Shukla portrayed that beautifully last season because from day one, he was just Sidharth Shukla.
Yeah.
And till the moment that he lifted the trophy, he was Sidharth Shukla. There was no backbiting or bickering or groupism or talking one thing in front of someone and then going back to someone else and talking other things. He told people the bitter truth, whether they liked it or not. And he never made up stuff that wasn't him. So that is someone that I really really love, and I'm a big fan of Sid, and I really love the way he played his game. So yeah, he's got to be my favorite character in the entire Bigg Boss.
Because hoping to see you rise and shine exactly like him and win the trophy and bring that back, and then we could have a kick-ass interview then, and then you would be like, see, I didn't change a bit.
Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely.
So I know you have a lineup of interviews now, and it's a tiring day. So I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to say all the best to you, all the
Thank
best,
you.
and yeah, God is with you. We all are with you. We're going to keep supporting you.
Please do, and thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun,
Thank
and
you.
hopefully once I'm out of the house, we'll have another interview again, and like we can
Yes.
compare notes back then.
And hopefully the pandemic is gone by then, so it could be a proper personal interview rather
Oh
than these
yeah,
Zoom calls.
I'm praying for that too. I'm praying for that too. Like for the entire thing to like hopefully when I come out there'll be no COVID, and 2020 will just be like a dream compared to
I
what's lying
know.
ahead of us. Hopefully.
But yeah, we hope you have a great time. Okay. So yeah, all the best. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. Good
Bye.
night.
Good night.
Bye.